So this is based on your risk tolerance and also how long you're willing to put it in there. If you're treating it as just like a checkings account and you need the money to be able to spend generally, so say like you need it to pay for rent and groceries and whatever, you typically want to be more safe with that money. So right now, platforms like Gemini, they offer up to 8% interest on their stablecoin. A stablecoin is basically a one-to-one backing of the US dollar. If you're looking to invest for the long term, S&P 500 ETF is usually the way to go. If you want to be conservative, the general advice is you want to take 33% into a long-term mixed bond index, a long-term mixed international stock index, and then 30% into the S&P 500. If you don't have that much money though, I would say definitely focus on investing in yourself. So taking courses, learning about things, rather than focusing on investing at all. First of all, I would not recommend copying me in any single way. So, if you've heard of Charlie Munger, he's basically Warren Buffett's partner. He wrote a really great book advising people how to invest. It's called Poor Charlie's Almanac. His advice is basically invest in what you know. Copying other people usually is a not very good idea. A whole lot of investing is really about having conviction and then holding on to those assets. If you just listen to me or another random YouTuber or TikToker, like you're not going to have the conviction to hold when your asset goes down a lot. To answer your question though, my portfolio is a blend of real estate, stocks, mostly like speculative stocks like mushroom and weed, a bunch of crypto, and more conservative investments like the S&P 500 in my retirement accounts. Leveraged trading is how rich people become poor. So when I was younger, like a year out of college, I saw the Wolf of Wall Street. And of course, that made me think like, oh man, I'm going to be this genius trader. I'll quit my job and I'll just do this full time. It's so easy, right? I proceeded to get liquidated like the next month. You should absolutely not look into using leverage. Sure, you might get lucky and make a ton of money, but more realistically, you're going to lose everything. You're going to see a lot of people on social media who have made money through leverage, but they're in the very small minority. You're not seeing the like 99% of people who lose money. People typically don't like to talk about their losses. So yeah, don't take out any loans to trade. And remember, friends don't let friends use margin. Good luck. All right, so I've gotten variations of this question in one form or another. Like I have X amount of money, what do I do with it? So I am not a financial advisor, but I can give you some help in terms of like what you should be reading and what resources you can look at online. For the absolute basics, go to Khan Academy, look up finance and capital markets, go through all those course materials. If you're looking to retire early, Google Happy Asian Panda Fire Flow Chart Reddit. I obviously don't know your full situation. Going through those materials I just mentioned is only a start. However, it is a pretty good foundation. With that, you should have the knowledge to be able to learn other resources on your own. Good luck. One of the greatest lessons I've learned over investing for the past 10 years is to never sell anything. I used to have a bunch of AMD at $4 a share, Nvidia at $20 a share, and countless other tech stocks that I sold way too early. All you can really do is learn from your mistakes and make better decisions going forward. This advice probably doesn't apply to NFTs. NFTs are very speculative and they could easily go to zero. I've made a ton of financial mistakes. The worst one was probably when I lost all my money trying to day trade. So right after Wolf of Wall Street came out, I thought like, oh, how hard could day trading be? It seems so easy, right? I had some initial success. I turned $2,000 into $4,000, but it pretty much went downhill from there. I started getting greedy. I put in $15,000, $30,000, and then I proceeded to pretty much lose all of it. I got margin called by Fidelity. I didn't even know what a margin call was really at that point. I also convinced some of my friends to invest in these penny stocks with me, and I think they actually still hold them in their portfolios. It's just like $0 in there. Moral of the story is really just don't day trade, and especially don't trade on margin. The vast majority of traders lose money. Maybe you're in that top 1%, but it's very unlikely. Good luck. All right, so when you sell a stock, you have to pay capital gains tax. Paying taxes is pretty expensive, and most people don't want to do it. So there's another strategy called buy, borrow, die. So the first step is to buy something. In our case, it's stocks, but it can also be real estate or another appreciating asset like crypto. The second step, borrow. You want to get a loan from your bank or another financial institution that uses your assets as collateral. Because you haven't actually sold off any of your assets, you don't trigger any capital gains tax. And the last step in this strategy is to die. After you pass away, your entire estate goes to your heirs. The loans are paid off with the assets, and they get a step up in cost basis. What that means is basically whatever price the asset is when you die is what their cost basis will be, thus avoiding triggering capital gains tax. Hope that makes sense. Good luck. Here are some tips on what not to do. I've lost a lot of money making these mistakes, and hopefully you don't have to repeat them. 1, don't play with penny stocks. It's basically gambling, but with more steps. 2, don't mess with options. You might hit it big and be able to post a bragging post on Wall Street Bets, but most likely you'll be posting some loss porn. 3, don't trade on margin. Friends don't let friends use leverage. Most people will not listen to this advice, and most people will have to learn the hard way. But yeah, here you go. Short answer, probably not. A lot of people are looking to make easy money these days. Trading is one of those things that regardless of how much effort or hard work you put into it, it's not guaranteed to return money. Your inputs do not equal your outputs when trading. Over trading is usually a way to lose money quickly. I've said this before, but when Fidelity did a study on who their most profitable traders were, it turns out they were the ones who forgot about their accounts. If you want to make some extra guaranteed money, you can drive for Uber, deliver for DoorDash, whatever. Just know that when it comes to investing, you can only really reliably make money in the long term. And notice I said investing and not trading. Unless you have some sort of insider knowledge or are just the top 0.1% of traders, I would highly discourage you from trying to use trading as a viable way to making extra income.